Hi guys, welcome to the second episode of Through the Speakers on the Big Condo Records YouTube channel. I am Taylor J. Williams and I'm today joined by the manager and artist on the Big Condo Records, Rosie Rothschild.
What's going on, peeps? Hope you're all well.
So we're going to start off with the management side of Big Condo and what you do there. You're managing many artists on the label at the minute, and what's that like? How do you do that?
It is very enjoyable, yeah, and it's also very stressful. For people that don't know artists, they change their mind every 5 minutes. They'll get you some artwork for the new single, yeah, and then a day later they'll be like, we're not using that artwork, we're going with something else. Or they'll come to you with a song that they're ready to release, and then as you're preparing for the release, they'll come to you with another song which doesn't sound anything like the stuff that they've been doing, and you're just like, you know, what direction are we going in? Like, you know, so I think why I can handle it so well, being an artist manager, is because I'm an artist myself. I do that thing myself, so yeah. I understand where the artist is coming from. Those situations with artwork, like I can change a single cover myself 5 times before I'm happy with it. Or even, you know, the likes of the song I recorded, House of Cards, with Lottie. It took me 5 years to write that, and I recorded it in 3 different studios because I wasn't happy with the sound. And then, not being happy with the sound, I wasn't happy with my own lyrics, so then I went away and then changed the lyrics as well. So it happens, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so when you're managing an artist or looking for an artist to manage or sign, or what do you look for?
First thing I look for is unique. I don't like artists or acts or bands that copy other bands. You know, I like people and acts who have got their own thing, you know, especially if they know who they are and where they want to be, and how they want to carry themselves. That attracts me a bit more to the act. I also like hard working acts. The music business, there's a lot of hard work that needs to go on. So if you're not a hard working act, and what I mean by hard working, I mean there's a lot of leg work. We all heard the word social media a lot of time. I do expect artists to post a lot of content on social media, so that's a big aspect. But not just that, you know, the main thing about being an artist is building a fan base. If you cannot build a fan base, you haven't got a music career. You know, at the end of the day, it's the fans and the support that's going to keep the act going. So, you know, if you just keep releasing music, you could have, say for instance, we went on SoundCloud and you put 10 releases on there and they've all got 4 views each. You know, you're not promoting, you're not getting a fan base, are you? You know what I mean? So yeah, I expect acts to work hard. I expect them to do social content. I expect them to be unique. I also expect them to you know, create good music as well. Myself as an artist, I'm a lyricist, so I do a lot of writing, so I expect the acts to be of some caliber with regards to the lyrics as well. I like good lyrics. I like acts that can do songs that actually mean stuff. What I mean is, like, you know, the acts come to me and they're like, this song's about my boyfriend, it's about a breakup, it's about the time that, you know, me and me fella had a little separation, but we come back, he annoyed me. This song's about my sister. This song is about, you know, going through hardship. I like that type of material where the artists kind of expose themselves a little bit, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking for in acts and artists.
So that's you as a manager and you as a label manager and stuff like that. What's you as an artist? Who are you as an artist?
I think as an artist, it's took me a long time to find myself. I started writing in 1996. a lot of people be watching this who have been rapping longer than what they've been alive, you know what I mean? But starting in 1996, you know, when I first started, it was just about trying to put words together and rhyme. A lot of it just really didn't make any sense, you know what I mean? But I spent 14 years creating mixtapes, which is where you rap over other people's beats in order to develop my style and develop who I was. And then when I started releasing music professionally in 2014, that was kind of, you know, that was me finally out the door as an artist who I was. You know what I mean?
Mm. So what's your proudest moment as an artist?
I've had lots of proud moments as an artist. Like I've supported lots of acts, major acts, performed in major venues. I can't really say, I can't think off the top of my head which is the proudest moment. I just remember the first time that I released a proper single after being in the mixtape so long, that when the single was on radio, finally, my music was on radio. That was kind of like a massive eye-opener for me. But yeah, I can't really... I can't think of a mammoth moment. There's been so many major moments. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So I was looking at your Spotify earlier on, and while I was doing preparation and stuff like that, you have 41 releases on Spotify. That's with your own songs and collabing with other people and whatever else. How do you put in that much work? Because obviously there's stuff that isn't on there.
Right, I'll tell you now, there's been more releases than that, but a lot have been taken down because if it doesn't do more than 14,000 streams, they don't stay up. Just for the simple fact is, you know, you got to keep paying for the song to stay up. So if it's not covering itself, it's pointless it being up. So a lot of songs have come down. I must have recorded over 1,500 songs in total in my career span. I know for a fact I've done over 400 international features. I know some of them are on Spotify. Yeah, so
when you're doing an international feature, how does that work? Because obviously you're based here in the UK in Liverpool, and
with technology now it's quite easy. You know, an artist will reach out, they'll say, we want you to feature on a single or a mixtape. I'll say to them, send it over. If I like it, I'll jump on it. And then when I listen to it, if I think I can add something to the song, then I'll record my vocals in the studio. And then we send the vocals over raw. So it'll be the stems of the vocals, and then their mix engineer on the other side of the world will mix those vocals in, and then obviously once it's all being mixed, it's ready for release.
So when you're getting approached to feature on a song like that, and you've just said if you like it, what do you look for in that song to know whether you like it, or do you find something specific there?
It depends. It depends on a couple of things. One, do I like the artist?
Yeah.
Do you get me? This is music, and the thing is, you gotta like things, haven't you? Know what I mean? So, yeah, the other thing, sometimes it's just that how you're feeling at the time as well, of like whether is that a right move for you? Is that feature right at the time? I know a lot of people get disappointed when I'm in album mode. I don't do features. Yeah, because my sole focus is on the album. I do know in the last album a lot of people asked for features. I said, you know, I would get back to them, and because it took me like 2.5 years to do the album, they kind of thought I'd left them, if that made any sense, but that wasn't the case. It's just, you know, when you're focusing on an album, the full focus is on there. The thing with a feature is just a 16-bar verse or the chorus, When you're writing an album, if it's an 18-track album, how many verses need to be delivered to come up with that product, you know what I mean? But the second the album's finished, it was just features everywhere. There's a guy called Adam Rose. I've just done a couple of collabs with him. They're on a couple 100,000 streams on Spotify. And he's in the Love Island mansion or something at the minute. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's good bit of good exposure. Like I just featured with Nick Terranova, who's was Avicii's mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Avicii's mate. We laid down some bars on his new mixtape, which is out as well. So you should go check that out. You know, like features, I'm constantly featuring. When I'm not recording albums, I'll be doing a lot of features. You know what I mean?
So I want to bring up TNT.
TNT? What is in Dynamite?
As in the wrestling company.
Oh,
How was
yeah.
that? That was an experience. It must have been an experience in itself. Your song got featured there.
I enjoyed going out to watch the wrestling because we got VIP at the wrestling, and I enjoyed watching it. It was really good because a lot of the wrestlers, they were like, "Oh, you're the music for the wrestling, aren't you?" And I was like, "Yeah," and started following me and speaking to them and that. And good luck to all them with the wrestling careers as well. They're all doing well. You know what I mean? Shout out to Jay Apter too for the booking.
So I'm gonna move slightly back towards the label side of things at the minute, because another fairly recent but incredible moment was the KCC Awards.
Okay, yeah, I enjoyed that. A bit too much.
How was that? How was the feeling of picking up them 2 awards?
Well, first of all, I just want to say that the first award for best. First of all, shout out KCC Live. Thank you for the awards. It was really appreciated. Good setting, the Hilton Hotel. I know the whole team at Big Condo Records enjoyed that night as well. So shout out the team. Always got to shout out the team. We've got a massive team here, so thank you to them. But yeah, like the first award that came out was Best Independent Label, and then that was the one that I really wanted to win. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like we've worked so hard over the past 8 years building the record company, so to finally be recognised as one of the best independent labels. It was a really good. Drank loads of wine, champagne, got that drunk that when the second award came out later on in the night, about 4 hours later, I wasn't really in a speaking state, to be honest.
You had to be brought onto the stage.
Yeah, got carried onto the stage. But yeah, to win Best Artist Manager as well. You know, it was kind of the cherry on the cake type of situation. I think my words of the night were, you gotta love the artist.
You gotta love the artist.
You gotta like the artist, gotta love the artist, listen to the artist. And you know, I've already brought this up in this interview a bit earlier, you know what I mean? Just saying, like, you gotta like things what are going on, you know what I mean? So yeah.
Well, moving back to you as an artist, 1,264,165 views on YouTube.
That's awesome.
How is, like, that must feel incredible.
That's a lot of hard work. That's what that is. Yeah. Like, I'll train the artist that I manage how to develop that and build that with the fans, to build fans through that. You know, like every single person that ever follows you or supports you, you know, you've got to thank them. And, you know, thank them for being a part of your support network, but also give them a copy of the new video. Go check it out, go like it, go comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, you know what I mean? And, you know, the people will go and watch the videos, do you get me? You know, some videos are more successful than others. It just is what it is, you know what I mean?
Well, I want to stay on track of you as an artist, and there's many songs I can talk through, but I haven't got enough time to talk through all of them. But one of the main ones that I want to talk about and get your personal view on and where you were in that place is Jessica.
Okay, yeah. So Jessica was actually written in 2006. It was when my first daughter was born. She was born premature. She nearly died when she was born. She weighed like less than a bag of sugar. You know, she was in an incubator for 3 months. So I had a lot of time sitting next to an incubator. I had time to write. So that's where that song came from. You know what I mean? So that song was written next to an incubator for 3 months. Bit of a crap time. I remember when I come back from the hospital after those months, I lost my job. You know what I mean? If you take 3 months off work, they don't normally want to keep you around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, tough time. You know what I mean?
Well, I want to ask 2 more questions. How did you keep going? And obviously through the past couple of years, we had to shut everything down through COVID. How did you keep the motivation going, to keep the company going, to keep yourself as an artist going, to keep yourself as an artist manager going? How did you find the motivation to carry on?
Like, I'm just so passionate about music and the development of artists. That's basically what it is. My passion is that strong. Like, I always, you know, for very young, wanted to run a record company. It took a long time to build up the confidence to even think that could even be a possibility, if that makes any sense. There was a lot to learn. Like, I spent 3 years just learning how to run a record company before we went and signed the first artist, which was Miss Starley, back in 2015. So yeah, so you know, it's just soul passion is how we got through it. Just, you know, this is what we're about. This is what we do.
Well, unfortunately, we're running out a little bit of time, but
we are indeed.
We are. But what can you tell us what the plans are for yourself or for the label over the next year or over the next couple of years? Can we wait for anything? Can you tease anything?
This is an interesting question. This could be actually a podcast on its own. Do you know
could
what?
be.
If you go onto the Big Condo website, if you have a look, you know, Big Condo helps out a lot of people, especially new acts. We always support new acts. New acts come, we support them, and they move on to a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? But next year, do expect the Big Condo Records Weekender. That's going to be sick. 100 acts, maybe 200 over
more than
3
that.
days. You know what I mean? So do look out for that. We've got Last Fish in the Tank, which is one of Liverpool's premier band competitions. Opportunity for bands to come out, you know, show what they're doing and how they can progress. You know what I mean? Amongst, you know, tours, we've got Emily Callagher going on tour, Sophie Lee going on tour, Glass Guys going on tour in a couple of weeks, but they'll also be doing a major tour next year. Myself, I'm going on tour at some stage. I'm a bit scared about going on tour. I can't be bothered. No, you know what I mean? But yeah, I will be doing it. And a lot of the acts going on tour, loads of events. We're going to be keeping the Bandzilla going, as well as events like refreshments, opportunity for acts. You know what I mean? But if you are an artist band watching this, if you would like to submit your demo to me, you can send it to management@bigcondo.co.uk. Our A&R department will check it out, and if they really like it, they will pass it on to me for me to have a look at. So yeah.
Well, it has been lovely talking to you. One last thing, if you could give any advice to an upcoming artist or band, what would you give them?
You need to be posting on social media every day. You need to be creating content, not just check me music, because that'll bore people. You need to express who you are and show people who you are as people. That way there's relatability in it. That way people will like you and support you. You need to be rehearsing all the time, working on your music, recording, and getting your music out to the relevant platforms.
Well, it has been amazing talking to you. It's been probably the first time I've had the chance to sit down and ask you all these questions.
It actually is, isn't it?
It is, yeah. But where can people find you?
Go to at Big Condo Records or at Royzy Rothschild. There you go, on every platform.
Well, that's unfortunately all we've got time for.
That's fine.
But again, it's been a pleasure talking to you.
It's a pleasure.
Make sure you follow the YouTube channel. Make sure you follow the Instagrams. Roy's just mentioned them all, but it's at Big Condo Records. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow myself. It's TaylorJ.music on everything. And we'll hopefully see every single one of you back for the 3rd episode soon. Cheers. Thanks.
Peace.
Tried so hard, got a royal flashlight, one of them poker stars. Tried so hard, but it all came down like a house of falling cards. Drive some cars, every wavy in Mercedes, sipping JD. I've got scars, but we built this from the ground up, full of heart. Tried so hard, got a royal flashlight, one of them poker stars. Tried so hard, but it all came down like a house of falling cards. Drive some cars, every wavy in Mercedes, sipping JD. I've got scars, but we built this from the ground up, full of heart.
Up on the records, I'm hitting your screens. Mercedes Benz and we keep it all clean. Roll with the kettle, I keep it pristine. Running a label, a milling machine. Life can be hard when you're living your dreams. They chatting the ish when you're killing the scene. Royal flush with a king and a queen. Going all in like a sting from a bee. Always feel pressure, never blow the gauge. Run the business on a flowing stage. All these artists, yet you know I'm paid. I'm self-employed, don't get a wage. I work off in 7 days. That's 7 different cash flows 7 ways. That's all legit, no cheddar haze and a sparkle. Lemonade, so get the rum and the cherry aid. And the family barbecue and the berries made. And the chip and dip and the mayonnaise. And I sit in the whip and let the fragrance blaze. You watch my socials, haterade, but my dish tune like Gatorade. We don't get wet, but we stay in the rain. Double JDs when we glide in planes. Changing apps when they hide our names, so they can't find us at our place. Came from the bottom, had our grazes. Toe rag, top lad, had our changes. Changed the pages, then become strangers. Ever change faces, roads become famous. Contagious, winning at all stages when we smoking flavors.
Tried so hard, got a royal flashlight, one of them poker stars. Tried so hard, but it all came down like a house of falling cards. Drive some cars, every wavy in Mercedes, sipping JD. I've got scars, but we built this from the ground up, full of heart.
Sipping JD when the kiddos play me. Figures stay clean like a Scout's Jay-Z. Love me or hate me, you ain't my mate G. You too flaky, I Kevin Spacey. Nah, why you tell those lies? Nah, why you bring those guys? Nah, why you give those eyes? I'm gonna cut them ties, cause if you had the chance you would keep me down. Criticize and beat me down. Reap the crown and keep the gown. But I'm valued, so you keep me round. See me now, yeah, he be found. He be bound to the starlight. He spits the bars in the dark right, and he hits the park in the car like credit cards all charged like from the bank of Gotham like Batman. No superpowers, just gadgets. You can try, you can't match it. These bars they break like matchsticks. You got the code, I crack it. AMG up on my jacket, neck hangs on my chain. You mean your chain hangs on your neck? No, 'cause I represent this Liverpool city and I am the medallion. Biggest Rari in the city and I am the stallion. Success can make you lonely, sitting eating pasta, sipping on Peroni, and that is Italian.
Tried so hard, got a royal flashlight, one of them poker stars. Tried so hard, but it all came down like a house of falling cards. Drive some cars, every wavy in Mercedes, sipping rebuild this from the ground up, full of heart.